Hi, I'm Phyllis and my website is southernfrugal.com. Tonight, and it is definitely night, I can see my clock, it's like 8:30. I'm going to make a little Jello concoction using vegetables, and I've seen a lot of recipes, and what I'm doing is just doing with cabbage that I had left over. I'm using celery and a couple of really small carrots. Now what I'm going to do is chop up my cabbage in my Vitamix. You can also do this in a blender. So I think I've done this before and shown y'all how to do this, but we'll just do it again. So I've got the cabbage kind of cut up in here, and I've got it pretty high up with the water. I'm going to dump my celery and my carrots in. I've also got celery leaves in there too. And so we're just going to grind this up, then we're going to drain the water out of it. Alright, this is going to be a little loud, but what I want to do is listen to when the blender speeds up, or the Vitamix. It's the same on a blender. As soon as it speeds up, I'm going to stop it, because I don't want it ground into mush, but I want it ground up fine. Alright, here we go. Did you hear that? All of a sudden it speeded up. Now this is a Vitamix, so of course this is really, really fast. A blender will take a little longer, but you will hear it speed up. As soon as it does that, that very second, click the button down. Alright, I'm going to drain this, and we're going to fix the Jello and combine these things. It's going to take a while for this to drain. We'll be back. Okay, here's the little, wait a minute, that's not recording, is it? Oh, yes you are. Alright, so what I did was drained it first, and I put it into, kind of doing it like that, into my strainer. Now what I'm going to do is kind of mash it down with just the bottom of a glass. Now the other thing you can do is put it in cheesecloth, and in my case I would put it in one of my towels, but I don't like to have to clean them out. So what I do is just mash it down and let that water come out of it. Now I'm not going to put any salt or anything else in this except for lemon Jello. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm thinking it's going to be quite good. And so what we're going to do is serve that tomorrow. I'm going to make a roast, a grass-fed beef rump roast, and we'll show you what it looks like with that. But anyway, let me get my Jello mixed up. Let's turn that glass upside down because I don't want that stuff all over my kitchen. Alright, we'll be back in just a minute. Alright, I'm just using some Great Value lemon Jello. I really wish I had had orange or lime. I think either one of those would have been probably better than the lemon, but all I've got is lemon, so that's what I'm going to use. So I've got about 3/4 of a cup of boiling water, and I did boil that in the microwave. Alright, we're going to dump that in. Now what's going to happen is the sugar in the Jello is going to cause some of the liquid to run out of the cabbage. And here's what the cabbage looks like, and the carrots and the celery. I'm thinking this is going to be really, really good. Let me turn that down and move closer. Hold on, I've got to sneeze. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so what I'm going to do with the lemon Jello is just put a couple of teaspoons of vinegar in there. Just a couple of teaspoons. And just keep stirring it till that sugar gets dissolved. Yeah, so when you make coleslaw, you know, when you put salt in, it makes the cabbage run a little bit, but it runs even more when you put sugar in there. So that's why your coleslaw sometimes has a little liquid form after it's been in the refrigerator about a day. See if that looks dissolved. Yeah, that looks like it's dissolved enough. Alright, we're going to dump that in. I'm just looking for different ways to use the Jello. I know there are thousands and thousands of different recipes, but I wanted one that would have some raw vegetables in it. And I had to go with what I had in the refrigerator, which was carrots, celery, and cabbage. I've actually got some cauliflower in there, but I didn't want to use that. Alright, so I think we're pretty good with this. I'm going to get it all mixed in there. And so we're going to serve this tomorrow as a side dish to a roast I'll be fixing. And I already made some homemade bread yesterday. And so we'll be all set. I'll probably make some green beans also to go with this meal. But I definitely want to fix this tonight and let it sit. Okay, I'm going to give it just a little taste, just to see what it tastes like. I'm really hoping this is going to be good. Again, I wish I'd had some lime Jello. I like the lime and I super like the orange. I'm going to taste of it. It's different. It's pretty good. Yeah. In fact, it's real good. All right. Gonna put this in the refrigerator and we will see y'all tomorrow on this same video. Bye for now and good night. Hey y'all, well, we're back and it's the next day. In fact, it's like 1 o'clock. So I've got a lot to do today, so what I want to do is cook a roast. Now, for some of you young ladies who have never cooked a beef roast, we'll just talk about that for a minute. Let me turn it down. All right, this is grass-fed beef, and I purchased it at Walmart. I think their name brand is called Market Side. It's 100% grass-fed and finished beef. Now this, of course, is a rump roast. You see the marbling in it? That's what you're looking for. You want a lot of marbling. Now when this roast gets done, we'll be cutting it across the grain like that all the way down. So what I'm going to do, because I just need time this afternoon to do some chores, I'm going to cook this in the oven. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this on the top of it for seasoning. Now you can do anything you want for seasoning. I'm not going to use this whole packet because that would be way too much. There is no monosodium glutamate in this at all. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit right over the top of it like that. Rub it around a little bit. That'll, of course, give it some flavor. Now I did grease my pan, and I'm cooking this in an old cake pan that I have probably had since the 1960s. So I'm just going to cover it over. And I've already peeled 4 little small potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and put those in. Now I did not wash my roast. What I do is cut it out of the wrapper, because it's going to come in a vacuum-packed wrapper. Cut it out of the wrapper and dried it off with a paper towel or several paper towels. So I'm also going to put carrots in there. And remember now, it's just the 2 of us, so this roast will be good for probably about 4 meals for us. So I'm going to put in about 3/4 of a cup of water. This is so easy, and if you've never cooked a rump roast, people will be impressed because you have to make hardly any effort at all. I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to put some of the heavyweight aluminum foil over it. And of course you can cook this in any type pan that you want, but I want to keep all those juices in. And then I'm going to just pierce the top of it like that to let out the steam, but I want a lot of the moisture to stay in there. So again, we're going to cook this at 350 degrees I'm going to say 2 hours, but it's probably going to be more like 3 because you want it, of course, well done. You don't want it rare because it's going to be tough if you make it rare, probably. But anyway, this is a rump roast. All right, and we're going to have that congealed salad with the vegetables with this meal, and I'm probably going to cook some frozen green beans in the oven just before this is done. And I made some bread, I don't know, 2 days ago. So we're all set for a meal, so I'll have the next 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours to get some chores done. All right, when this meal is ready, well, maybe I'll be back for doing the green beans because I don't put those in until maybe the last 30 minutes. So anyway, we'll be back and show you what all this looks like when it's cooked. All right, we've got our meal ready. Here is the rump roast. Got a little dipping sauce of potato, carrots, and these are green beans, and these are just called fine green beans. I get them in the frozen section of Walmart, and I roast them in the oven with olive oil, garlic powder, and onion powder for maybe, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes. They're really good that way. I don't know how much food value is in them, but they really taste good. Here's a little vegetable congealed salad. There's what it looks like. I made this last night. And there's some bread I made, I guess, 2 days ago. Here's Mr. Bucky's plate. And so this is a rump roast for all you young ladies and men who've never made a rump roast. It's very tender once it's done. So this one cooked about 2.5 hours. And before that, of course, it would not have been tender. But I really super like the rump roast because you can slice them and make, meat sandwiches of some kind. Anyway, and there's our iced tea, so we're ready to eat. But the main reason I made the video was because of the vegetable salad. I did put the celery in it, but of course you can't taste it. Now, I'll say one thing about this. I wish I had had lime Jello. It would have been much better. It's still good with the lemon, but it would have been much better with lime or orange. Either one would have been really, really good. This is still good, but not as good as it would have been. Anyway, there's the meal. All right, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.